Do me a favor and just watch this scene real quickly. Do I even need to point out this is a crap movie? Well, it's part of the legacy, it does deserve a review, let's continue then. So 007 is on assignment in North Korea, where he's captured and held as a prisoner. 14 months later, the British trade him for Zell, a terrorist injured from Bond, currently undergoing a genetic operation to give him a new identity. Against his orders, Bond is on the path to get back at Zell. Where do I even begin with the problems here? Well, basically they tried to force in as much as possible for every audience here. I couldn't work out if they were trying to be serious with any of this or not. At times it does, but then they pull something like the scene I just showed you before. Kinda takes a drama aspect and throws it down some stairs, really. I swear CGI looked a little better than that in 2002 actually. Anyway, John Cleese returns as Q's successor and does a bit of a better job than he did in the last film, but I think he's too recognisable for the part and he feels very out of place in the series. He also gives James an invisible goddamn car. You heard that right, it has stealth shielding, like a Predator. Now I'm used to Bond movies being silly and can handle all these over the top elements, but this was just something that should have never been put in. It crosses a line too far. This is coming from a guy who loves Moonraker, by the way. They never even use it to their advantage in the movie, it's just thrown in as a crappy gimmick like everything else here. Halle Berry plays Jinx, the new Bond girl and an American agent. Every goddamn line she and other people say is delivered like they know they're in a Bond movie and a camera is on them. It's hilariously bad and cringe-inducing to watch at times, especially when they try to shove in as many puns as possible in several scenes. It gets very annoying after a while. I find the movie is actually somewhat passable up until they get to the Ice Hotel for the second half, where the movie just decides to go nuts and not give a damn. One example to point out how weird the atmosphere is was when the pre-title sequence ends with a very grim and gritty torture scene. Then out of nowhere a crap Madonna pop song goes along with the title sequence of James still being tortured. It's hilariously out of place actually. This was the 40th anniversary James Bond movie, and it feels bad knowing that this was the thanks the franchise got for 4 decades of great movies. There are a lot of little homages throughout the film, and even a pretty nice scene with old Bond gadgets, but occasional good ideas are ruined by, you know, the rest of the movie. I could go on for much longer with what's wrong with all this, but really, what else needs to be said? It's by far the worst installment so far. I'm pretty sure most fans could agree with me there. This also marks the last time Pierce Brosnan got a film in the series, and he was noticeably uninterested here. I found him to be an amazing fit for the role, but they never really gave him a chance to make it his own, and the films he was in, excluding GoldenEye, let his work down. It's crazy to think though that here we are celebrating the 50th anniversary already, with a franchise still growing even stronger. Even a disappointment like this film couldn't stop the great installments coming. I remember watching this movie 10 years ago in the cinemas now, when I was younger. Time sure does fly.